Getting to see the Muppets. Hey Mom, how many more minutes till we get to Disney Hollywood, I asked. Just a few more minutes, my mom replied. I was in the car and my dad was driving my siblings, cousins, and me to Disney Hollywood for vacation 4 weeks after the last day of school. I was so impatient and I kept on asking and asking over and over how much longer till we got to Disney Hollywood. I couldn't wait till we got there. And when we did, we parked at a picture of Cruella de Vil and then walked inside Disney Hollywood. When we got inside, I asked, "So, where are we going to go first?" "Let's see," answered my dad. We all walked around Disney Hollywood and looked around to see if there was anything to do. And after 15 minutes, my cousin Damthing stopped and asked, "Can we just pick something quickly? My legs and feet are getting tired." Okay, my dad answered. I looked around and then I saw a fountain with colorful statues of the Muppets, with Miss Piggy as the Statue of Liberty with long curly blonde hair with a lot of makeup. And there was a red furry guy sitting on 3 lily pads. He had circle-shaped glasses and he was fishing with a small hook for a yellow and orange fish with a surprised face. There was also a brown bear with a black and purple hat smiling, and there was Kermit the Frog, and he was there too. And also a jazzy-looking furry blue guy holding light gray rats with star-shaped sunglasses, and some frogs in the outside of the fountain spitting out water. The fountain looked very beautiful and breathtaking. "Hey!" I shouted. "What's that?" I yelled. My mom and dad looked at the fountain and my mom answered, "Wait, we'll tell you in a minute," answered Mom. "First, we want to take a picture of you, your brother, sister, and your cousin next to that fountain. And we want to take a picture of you and your sister next to that," my mom said. "Your sister next..." She pointed to a red wall with splattered dry orange paint, and it said in white letters, "Wet paint, do not touch." After we took the pictures, my dad answered that the fountain was just something that the employees put next to the theater to persuade people to watch the Muppets in 5D. "Then can we go to the Muppets theater, please, 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 oh please," I begged. My mom and dad answered yes, and then we went into the theater and the 3D glass. When we came in, the employees gave us 3D glasses. And then everyone in the audience waited for the movie to start. We all saw a red light, which was a signal that the movie was starting. Everyone sat down and an inside of a house came on the screen. The house walls were peach and the frames of the doors were white and the doors were black. Then Kermit the Frog came on the screen looking everywhere. Then he looked directly at the audience, saying, "Oh, there you are. Hi," Kermit grinned. "My name is Kermit, and today I'm going to be your tour guide around the Muppets house and the Muppets backstage," announced Kermit. Kermit looked to the side, and the whole entire audience looked at the side too. And in the spotlight, everybody saw 2 puppets that were grandpas from the Muppets movie, and everyone gasped loudly, including me. We all looked at the wrinkled old grandpas, and one grunted. What I heard was this movie was the bomb. The other grandpa said, "Bomb? Where?" The grandpa asked while rushing down with his eyes peeking everywhere. No, screamed the first grandpa. "I meant the..." "Oh, whatever, I'm just gonna watch the movie," growled the first grandpa. The spotlight turned off, and the entire audience looked at Kermit again, and Kermit announced, "Where we are going first for our tour, we are going to go to the science lab," Kermit announced, while opening a door into a lab, and in the lab was a crazy inventor puppet with all sorts of strange machinery. The inventor yelled goofily, "You want to know what I've invented?" He showed everyone hundreds of Tinker Toys, and he winded one brightly rainbow-colored duck, and it started flying into the screen, and because of my 3D glasses, it looked like it was going to bite my face off. It started honking loudly and then blew bubbles out of its mouth. I took my 3D glasses off, and there were real bubbles in the air. I popped a few, and then Kermit laughed. "Okay, let's get back to the tour." Kermit showed the audience so much different places, and some of the Muppets' dressing rooms. One of the best dressing rooms in the Muppets movie was Miss Piggy's dressing room. Kermit announced the tour is over, but Miss Piggy will be singing for you. Miss Piggy started putting on a pink summer hat with a pink suit, and she set up a picnic, and then she started singing out inside of the bright fields with lots of butterflies. Then the funniest thing happened, and one of Miss Piggy's helpers came in the movie and sang with Miss Piggy. The helper startled Miss Piggy, and Miss Piggy fired the furry red little fella. The little guy cried, and then he ran away and onto the stage. All the lights turned off, and all the Muppets started missing the little furry guy. His name is Pipsqueak. And it suddenly became dark everywhere in the theater, even the screen. So the Muppets had to use flashlights to see because they all wanted to find Pipsqueak and hire him back. When they shined their flashlight at the screen, white actual flashlight circles shined onto the audience. After they looked for about 2 minutes, the audience saw Pipsqueak live on the stage, and then everybody gasped, astonished to see another Muppet in person. After 1 minute later, the Muppets saw Pipsqueak too, and they asked Pipsqueak to come back. Pipsqueak said no, so the Muppets disappeared from the movie and appeared on the stage in person. Again! All the Muppets kept on asking Pipsqueak to come back, and finally Pipsqueak said yes. Then Pipsqueak came back to the Muppets, and they all hugged for a very long time, and then went back into the movie, and in white bold letters it said "The End." Then the screen shut down, but before everyone left, one of the grandpas started crying, and then he cried, "Oh, that part was so touching!" Then the other grandpa grunted, that movie was no good anyway." The whole audience laughed and left happy, and it was the best Muppets movie ever. The end.